Hey guys, this is Niki Rowland for Spiegel Mom Scraps, and today I'm making a layout using a set of sequins called Fancy Flight. They are from the National Scrapbooking Day bundle that was available for a short time, I am going pink crazy on this one, pink and yellow actually. I'm also combining this with a challenge over on For the Love of Pretty Paper, which is a UK forum, and they have some challenges going on at the moment, so I thought it would be fun to take part in one of those. And the challenge is to follow a sketch, which I'll show you in a minute, and also to include the colour yellow on your layout. So I'm going to do all of those things, and also go a bit pink crazy with this fantastic set of sequins. That Fancy Flight contains sequins that are sparkly hot pink, and they're so awesome. There's also some open stars in there as well, in a kind of hot pink purpley colour, and some iridescent tiny stars as well. So altogether a really fabulous sequin mix. I really loved it. The second I saw it I thought, oh, that's awesome. So the sketch that I'm using has got a whole bunch of stars at the top of the layout with a photo in the middle, it's kind of like raining down stars. So I thought I would use the sequins for that, I'm going to kind of position them all the way around the edge of the top part of the layout. You'll see how I do that. At the moment I've just put a few up there for placement reasons, I just wanted to see what it would look like and how dense I needed it to become in order to get the effect that I was looking for. I decided to intersperse some punched hearts around that kind of frame that I'm going to create. So I've punched a few of those out of the Paige Evans Horizon P paper, the really pink one. I've used quite a lot of the Paige Evans paper in this layout, and I've used it around the edge of my layout. It's the frame around the outside of the layout. I actually used this sheet to cut something out for a previous layout, I was left with the edge intact, but the middle bit was mostly used. So I've just gutted it and I think I'm about to gut it soon, and I stick that white paper over the top. So because I started layering up my photo and all the sequins and bits and pieces, I then couldn't attach my white background to the frame to begin with, so I'll do that later on. So here I am adding a few more punched hearts. I wanted some light pink ones as well. The big ones just weren't working, so I've taken those out of the top part completely, just added in a few small hearts instead. I'm just going to get those all stuck in place. I've put a few paper layers behind my photo, and then I've added those balloons. They're from a Dear Lizzie collection. I've added those to the right of the photo. This is a layout about my little girl's birthday and the presents that she received for her birthday. So the balloons work really well. The big bow just above them, I really like those bows. They're big paper bows on paper clips. They're by Simple Stories, I think, and they look, that's the last one of that packet, so I just put that at the top of the photo. I'm going for it now with the sequins. I'm giving them a really good sprinkle, getting them all in over the place, and then I'm going to have to stick them all down, which is the least fun part, I suppose. I love the way it's coming together. They're really starting to look good as that frame, as kind of like raining down sequins, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get all those stuck down. I'm going to use glossy accents for these, so I just using my paper piercing tool and just moving each one out of the way, putting a little dab of glue down, and then moving them back into place. So those little star sequins, the teeny tiny iridescent ones, are the most difficult to pick up and stick down. My glossy accents is coming out a bit fast, so I have quite a few blobs of glue around, but it looks okay. I'm quite happy with the end result in the end, and just still get the little shimmer from the gorgeous tiny iridescent star sequins, so that was worth it. So yeah, I'm just getting all of those stuck in place now. And now magically they're all stuck down. I'm just getting everything else stuck in place, so all my embellishments stuck down. I haven't used a huge amount. I'm just keeping my cluster to the right hand side of my photo. I had something on the table that I wanted to cover up a bit, so I'm just adding my cluster there. I've got a few paper layers at the top, and I'm going to extend that up a little bit as well. I really love these Dear Lizzie flowers. They're navy. I'm loving navy at the moment, so I've just fussy cut a couple of those out, and I'm just using them on my layout there, so just adding them to my clusters. So I've just got those two stuck in place. Now just going through adding a few more stickers. These ones are from the April Hip Kit Club, actually. They're exclusive stickers, so I'm just using up some of those. It's a past kit now. I have the latest one, so I just wanted to finish up that kit. It's a really gorgeous kit. So yeah, just getting all of those bits stuck in place and using what I can from that sticker sheet, as well as some Paige Evans ephemera and chipboard stickers as well. So yeah, just going through, adding in some layers and building up my layout where I can. So I'm sitting here looking at this and thinking that my layout needs, my sequins need a bit more. So I could go back and add loads of more of the pink, but actually I think it needed a bit of a lift with some yellow. So I tried out the other set from the NSD bundle, but the yellow wasn't quite right. It was a darker yellow and I wanted a brighter one. So I've gone through to my oldest set of Bursting Sunrays, which is one of my favourite sets ever actually, and pulled out the super bright yellow that's from there, and I'm just sprinkling those around. There's not very many of them, so I couldn't go nuts. Yeah, I've just sprinkled those in, and I'll obviously have to get those stuck in place as well. So that kind of lifted it up a bit. The bright hot pink was so hot pink that it just looked a little bit dark. So the yellow really lifts it, brings it out to make it look a bit brighter, and goes with the whole yellow sunny feeling that I have got going on with this layout. It's a nice picture actually. She's sat at the kitchen table, we've got all the light coming in through the windows, it just, yeah, it's just a nice happy photo, and the yellow really lifts that and brightens up the layout a little bit. So that's why I decided to go for those. Just adding in a couple of butterflies there from the Fancy Flight set as well. Oh, here's that background paper that I said that I'd cut out earlier. I'd already used part of it for a different layout, so I'm just taking out that middle section, I actually tore it as well, so I just had to repair that, now I'm getting my layout stuck onto that frame. So I love to have lots of colour on my layouts, and this frame is ideal because it gives a lovely lots of different colours all the way around the edge. I made the frame quite big, so basically that means I cut my 12 by 12 white cardstock background down to, I think it's about 11¼ inches, I've used, so that gives me a slightly bigger frame around the edge than my usual 11½ inches. So okay, just getting everything stuck in place. I've used that word fabulous by Bramble Fox. They make awesome acrylic titles and other shapes in the UK, and so I've used the word fabulous for my title, and underneath I'm going to write LOL Surprise, which is the brand of dolls that she received for her birthday. So we ended up with tons of them for her birthday. She was so happy about that, and now she has a serious collection. So there she was on her birthday, sat there looking, having arranged all of those new ones onto the table, and she was just having a good look at them and playing with all of them. So that was really quite sweet. So I'm adding in some gold twine or thread behind my clusters. So I've got one down, adding the gold twine to the one on the bottom right of the photo, and then one at that top left section as well. Just want those ends to stick out a little bit, but also don't want them to come out completely. So just secured the top one with some tape. The other one down to the right is stuck with foam pads underneath the embellishment, so that will keep it in place. I also add some glossy accents as well, just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so I'm still looking at my sequins, thinking they're not dense enough. I feel that they don't make for a solid looking frame or area. So I'm going through and adding a whole ton of Shimmerz paint splatters. So I've used a colour called Bubble Gum Blast. It's an original Shimmerz paint. It's not a hot pink, it's lighter than that, but it's really lovely, it just went quite well with the sequin mix and the rest of the layout, and that just made me feel that it made the frame more of a solid colour, it just brought it all together nicely, finished it off well. So that's what I did there. Just writing in my little bit of journaling and adding the date, and that is me done. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. That was Niki Rowland for Spiegel Mom Scraps. Don't forget that if you place an order through the store, add Niki15 discount code for a 15% discount. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.